First of all, kind of the reflections on Saturday. I don't know how much time you've continued to give to those reflections, but you said about how schoolboy errors not up in the top third. Is that something which you can work on in such a short turnaround?
Yeah, we obviously reflected on it and watched the game and certain parts of it and highlights and key moments. So, which we'll do this morning in a review. So, but can you? You just got to obviously remind the lads of what their responsibilities are, and hopefully they'll eradicate them then. We did talk about certain issues in the game that might happen, and one of them did for the first goal. So, it was disappointing that we succumbed to a situation what we knew would happen, and we just got to keep reminding the boys, and hopefully it won't happen again.
Gary was up in the stands. Did he come with a different perspective then when he came down and spoke after the game to you?
Well, he was. He wasn't actually there at the weekend. He was at home with the flu, so with a cold. So, but he watched the game. We spoke about it yesterday. He gets all the, we all get all the games, all the stuff. So every minute of everything. So yeah, we came to the same conclusion really that like you say, well, like I said after the game, you go to top of the table side, haven't lost at home. You've got to be sensible in defending and cut out silly mistakes, which unfortunately we didn't on two occasions.
Does it help to have a short turnaround when you want to almost make an immediate impact and you've spotted a few things? Does it help so that you can say, right, we've seen those things, let's sort it out?
Yeah, I always think if you, the beauty of it is you can get straight back and eradicate what went before and then get a result, decent performance, and Saturday's forgotten and you can move on. So, rather than dwelling on it too long, I think it's important to get around the boys and get things moving again.
It's not an easy game though. You've got another high side away.
Yeah.
How do you face a team like Exeter?
Well, a good side. I mean, they had a great run, didn't they? I think it was double figures probably. I think unbeaten. So and wins in a row. So they've had a great run and got themselves in around the playoffs. So we know what's expected. We know what that Paul's sides like to play, and they've got some really good players in there, and quite rightly are up there and amongst the top echelons of the league. So we know we're going to have to play better than Saturday. Although we weren't awful, we were decent at times, just not enough of the game. We had to get a result, I think. And we know we're going to have to play better tomorrow night to get a result. Yeah.
Their home record is very good. I think they've lost once since November at home. So does that make it even more of a challenge? It sounds like it, because obviously they can play so well at home.
Yeah, well, every game's a chance to, statistics is to, every game's a chance to either improve them or make them, or disprove them. We'll just look to see how the game goes and do our best in every situation that arises. I think once the game starts, statistics go out the window, and every game's a new opportunity to impress and do well. So we'll be treating that tomorrow as another chance to get nearer to safety.
Gary said ahead of last week's game, 6 or 7 people potentially coming for Carl Storer. Do you think that you're still going to try and mix things up? You lost Will Boyle. I don't know how Harry's doing as well. So how might things have to change?
Yeah, we got to look at that. We're going to have to look at one or two, positions in the team. Obviously, with Will being suspended, and he's been great for us. So we will miss him, but we've got able deputies. No problem with that. And then we have got options that we can use, both in forward positions and in midfield. So maybe a time to bring one or two in. We'll see what we do this morning and see how it works out.
You simply said on Saturday it was that final third, that top third. How can you try and sort of work on that? Can we jiggle that around, or is it just almost having to play what's in front of you?
Well, it's always the hardest part of the team to consistently get right. You do rely on people on the spur of the moment a lot of the time, picking the right ball, their imagination, changing tempo, whatever it is, willingness to score and get on the ball, and that takes more courage than defending a lot of the time. So yeah, we've got to look at the boys and give them pointers about what we want them to do. if there there's any changes in that, then those players will naturally have a uplift that come into the team, and like I said, we got enough options here to change one or two things, and obviously we've got Saturday as well, so 3 games in a week. We'll just have to see what we do this morning, and hopefully we'll pick the right blend.
Is there the hunger, almost when you're right in that relegation potential scrap, is there a real hunger, right, we've got to score goals, we've got to go out? When you start to move above it a little bit, do you just start to lose that little bit, and it's just a bit mid-table? We can't get much out of the season, we've moved ourselves away enough from the relegation.
I would hope not, because I think everybody's aware of the situation. I'm pretty sure that no one in the squad thinks that we're safe. We haven't certainly given them that impression. We had a good run of 4 games in sides that do well, and the sides that I was in that did well. We always made sure we didn't have back-to-back defeats. We had to get back on and get something back on the board again and get another run going. So that's what we'd be looking to do. Any side worth their salt would be looking to do that. So I don't think there's any of that in the squad, that complacency. It's as soon as we said after the game Saturday, we've got to get straight back on and get a result Tuesday, and get ourselves as safe as soon as possible.
Thanks very much, Ross.
Cheers, Mark.
Russ, how is Gary? Do you think he's going to be back for Tuesday?
He's hoping to, yeah. So I think he's seen the doctors today, so yeah, he should be back all right, hopefully. So I think it's just hit him harder than some of the boys. I mean, there's 1 or 2 of the lads that have been off for a while, so I think it's the same with him.
Yeah, has he given you your views on the goals yet? Because obviously there was some good stuff on Saturday, but you wouldn't have been happy with the goals, would he?
No, there was some good stuff. What he said, the same as I said, really. It was switching off at the wrong time, and we got punished for it. They seized the moment. We talk about that with our boys. When the time comes to strike, you've got to do it, because certainly away from Doncaster, you won't get too many opportunities. By and large, and they did that well Saturday. They, a couple of opportunities they scored. They took the chance when we had 10 men, and they missed 1 or 2 others, and Brownie made some good saves at the end. But I think generally, while it was 11v11 for large periods, we were okay. I thought, and it was just those silly moments, like I said, and he agreed with me there that they could have been dealt with better.
Yeah. Tin obviously came back in and has been doing well on the left of the back 3, and I know Shankar has done well when he's played, but do you think Tin's better suited to go in the middle if
maybe, yeah, we'll look around, look at that option and see what we can do with that, yeah. Tin's done very well. Looks a real accomplished player for someone so young, so and then Dan's done well when he's played, so we'll tinker about and see what we can come up with, but yeah, certainly one of the options.
Yeah, you get a lot of big lads in this league, don't you? But you don't get many like Tin who can play like that as well.
No, he looks comfortable, doesn't he? I don't think he's given the ball away yet, has he? I'm not, yeah, we were saying he always looks assured and accomplished. Looks like he's got time on the ball, and you'd expect that really if someone coming from a decent level in Germany, and he's proved a real good asset for us.
Yeah, you said after the game that you think you've come a long way in the last 2 years working with Gary. And it made me think about your managerial career. Is it something that you still want to pursue as a first team manager, or are you quite happy coaching? You
don't know. Yeah, I'm happy to be involved in football. I've enjoyed stepping up to senior level. Having played at 20 odd years in the game, and then coaching for 15 years or so now. So I've enjoyed it. Yeah, it's been good. I mean, obviously enjoy it more when you're winning, but it's great to be involved in the game and the club I love, and it's. It'd be great this year to keep us up after the struggles we've had earlier on, and pretty confident we will. But obviously until we get there, and in some ways it'll be just as big an enjoyment as last year's to keep us in the league, and then we can build on that for future years.
But he's not a bad man to learn from, is he, Gary?
No, brilliant, great knowledge. I mean, obviously 30 years in management. It's fantastic to learn off. And he wants to know your opinion as well, which is great. I'm sure there's some people that will it's them and them only. So and all the staff are involved in that as well. And it is great to learn off. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, when you first stepped up as manager, you've been working in the academy, haven't you? So you weren't number 2, but now obviously you've been working 2 years as first team number 2. So that's
yeah. You would expect that was a big jump. and you go into it thinking you know what you need to do, and yeah, it's been great. The 2 years has given me a good grounding and I do think that some people do get pushed up too quick, and if you look at major companies, people don't go from being a factory worker to the head of the company just by overnight sort of thing, So, and I think in football's the same. I think people do get pushed up too quick, and then they fall away very quick. So, I'm glad I've had the grounding, and whatever happens in the future happens. I don't know. I'm just enjoying, each day working with a good set of lads, great manager, and good staff.
Yeah, just on Saturdays, Liam Davis, do you think he'll be alright? Because he was struggling a bit before the game, wasn't he? And obviously came off at half time.
Yeah, I just spoke to Gav. He hasn't seen him yet, so he said to go away and rest up, and we'll see where he is today. We'll see where Liam is, and decide on what we do.
Yeah, ready-made replacement if needed, isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're lucky there. We've got two good left-sided wing-backs, full-backs, midfielders, that equally do a good job. So, there isn't too much of a problem there.
Yeah, I don't many clubs have got 4 left-footed defenders, actually.
No, we were saying, across there, and I had it with the youth team, actually. We had a lot of, all of a sudden, it wasn't because I was left-footed, but we just managed to see we had a lot of left-footers, and we've got it now with, obviously, Will and Tin and Cranaz and various others, and Dan O'Shaughnessy. So, we've got a good mix. I always think lefty's got something else up their sleeve, but I'm being biased. Yeah, it's nice, and we just got to find that right balance tomorrow.
Yeah, brilliant. Cheers, Russ.
Cheers, John.
Thank you.